Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. We are on episode 16 of Banana Fish. Oh boy. The last couple of episodes have been pretty grim, actually. My false sense of security is slowly thrown out the window and is getting replaced by this weird sense of desperation. And I'm not ready for stage 4 of Banana Fish yet, but there's just this desperate feeling in the air. Like characters are making very desperate decisions in regards to, like, in the case of Ash, who's been abducted by this Dr. Mannerheim. Max and eBay and Charlie and them are planning on breaking him out, which is great because the longer Ash stays there, the worse it's going to be. So there's that. AG is with Singh explaining hopefully the deal about Banana Fish to him and why Shorter was killed. And then Dragon Moon seems like he's in kind of a desperate situation. Like, what do I do now with AJ being gone and Singh being gone? And Singh helping him. Like, what do we do with this? And he has Banana Fish. There's just a lot of these characters I feel like are getting slowly cornered into different situations. And, like, they're going to have to make some desperate moves to get out of the situations that they're in. I don't know, y'all, but these last couple episodes have had a very ominous feeling to them. And I can't quite put my finger on it, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And you would think after Arthur being gone, I'd feel better. You'd think after Golzine came in last episode as a Deus Ex Machina and still didn't kill Ash, you'd think I'd feel better. But I don't. So, there's that. I did look up the Garden of Eden. I noticed, and I'm sure some of you, by the time I'm watching episode 15 air, some of you have probably commented on this. I didn't realize when I first saw the title card that Adam was the name of the first kid that Ash and Dr. Mannerheim encountered that had the B1 version of Banana Fish. I didn't realize that. I couldn't think of his name in my head. And then when I went back, I was like, wait. I rewatched it and was like, Adam was his name. It's like Garden of Eden. Adam was the first man. So it's like he was the first one probably who got experimented on with the B1 version of Banana Fish, which is interesting. But anyway, of course, Garden of Eden, not just referring to the biblical reference, but also referring to Ernest Hemingway's novel. Which, again, we're on a Hemingway kick. We've been on F. Scott Fitzgerald for a long time, and now we're slowly creeping back in Hemingway. The Garden of Eden was actually released posthumous, so after Hemingway died, the book was released. It was a book he worked on for 15 years, just off and on. He just added to it and worked on it, and finally they released the script after he died and they found it. It's about an American writer named David Bourne and his wife Catherine, and this story is really weird. Apparently during the course of the story, his wife Catherine, they go overseas and she begins to experiment with maybe being in love with women and also like changing up her gender and doing that and exploring gender roles. Now this story was written in the early 30s, so it's pretty, it's a controversial topic for its time, but it's also very ahead of its time, I feel. But anyway, in the story, David and Catherine's relationship slowly gets strained as Catherine explores gender roles and begins to kind of experiment with the idea of not needing David in a relationship. And they end up both falling for this woman, and they both cheat on each other with the same woman. And so the story ends with David and Catherine realizing that they're going to eventually separate and not be able to be back together again. And so I thought it was interesting. The Garden of Eden, obviously referring to that creepy brain room where it was green, and it was kind of like the green tone, I think, of like nature, and the green also is a representation there. But also, AG has had this very kind of submissive role in this story that I'm not saying is feminine, but it's kind of a counter to Ash. And in the story of Garden of Eden, David and Catherine are kind of counters of each other. So I feel like AG in this last episode was showing a lot of his independence and making decisions for himself and doing things without needing the protection of others. Now, still, Singh does protect him in the end, but I feel like Singh could be kind of that counterpoint between Ash and AJ. Singh wants to not only fight Ash, but he also wants to help AJ to learn more about Shorter. So I feel like Singh might be this counterpoint and representation like this woman is in the story that both Catherine and David interact with. You could also say Dragon Moon's also the same scenario. So I don't know. It's a very interesting reference. I get on the surface level why you'd pick Garden of Eden to be the title of the episode because, again, we're getting the origins of Banana Fish's creation and the idea of Eden, the characters in the Bible gaining knowledge when they eat the forbidden fruit, gaining knowledge about the world and gaining their humanity. You could contrast that with Banana Fish taking away their humanity. Banana Fish limiting them to just being like a shell, like with Dr. Dawson. So they're on the surface level, you got that going on. But then also, if you look at literary wise with the text, you kind of have this idea of AG becoming more independent and getting away from Ash. But I also don't like that because it suggests that Ash and AG aren't going to get back together again, which I'm hoping that by the end of this series they do, because I can't go 9 episodes with them not talking to one another. That seems awful. So yeah. But anyway, so that's just Garden of Eden. I thought it was interesting. We'll see what goes on with this coming episode. But I'm going to stop rambling, and we are going to start episode 16 of Banana Fish. Thank you all for watching and joining me on this. We're getting to the 3/4 way mark, and I get more and more anxious. But we're going to stop wasting time. Please feel free to comment down below, and we're going to start this reaction here in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, yep, he killed that guy and he's getting out. What are you going to do, Ash? How are you going to do this? Oh, Ash. I mean, you... Oh, of course they'd have infrared. Crap. Of course they'd have infrared. They established that this was a really hard place to get out of. I don't like this in part because Max and eBay and them are trying to break him out. So it's like they're trying to break him out, but you're also in the air duct, so it's like, no. Poor Sing. I'm glad that AG's telling Sing about Banana Fish and about Shorter's death, because I feel like Sing has the right to know in taking his place. But on the other end of the spectrum, Dragon Moon did have a really good point in saying that there's a reason you don't need to know about Banana Fish, because once you do, you're going to be in your own personal hell like Ash and I are. Because Dragon Moon's correct. Once you know about Banana Fish, you're involved in that world, and you can't quite get out. So I'm worried about that. Yeah, I'm worried about Sing now that he knows about Banana Fish. Like, what's Dragon Moon going to do with that? How's this going to go? Banana Fish. I love how the snow comes together to make that. That's really cool. Okay. Oh. Nothing at all. Not just any child, sir. Oh, and Golzine's there. That's right, underestimate him. You'd never understand. Oh my gosh, Golzine. Created by me. So this isn't just like being yandere Golzine. This is like, you don't understand. I made this monster. Unparalleled. Ew, like he has this. Oh, that's so disturbing. Golzine, dude. You're a bit delusional. Holy cow. Ah. Oh! Max is like, dang it! Huh? Don't mind me! This is our chance. Oh, man. Baka. Oh, Ash, buddy. Oh, Dawson. You're living proof! Oh! That's such a liability, though, like, getting out with him? Oh, this guy. What, reporters? Why, what now, Doctor? Golzine. Oh, he is, like, eating this up. You know he's eating this up. Look at him chewing the scenery. This is out of my league. Oh, really? Oh, how do you like that? Look at him puffing that cigar. So smug. Oh. Man, Golzine, just... Let's see how you handle this. Let's see when I tried to handle it, he got out. Let's see if you can do any better. Oh. Oh, buddy. Oh. Golzine! Indiana Jones it! Ah! Ouch! Meanwhile, these guys are just looking at a map. Ah! Why is this old man so... Because you're injured! Dude, you're injured! Don't be carrying him around! Oh. Ash, buddy! What are you gonna do? Oh! Holy cow. What? Oh. Oh, no, it's eBay Max! No, don't start the elevator. Oh, crap! Oh, Max! Oh, eBay! eBay! No! Shoot! Holy cow! Oh, that was bad. That was almost really bad. Oh, woo! Ah! Ah! Oh, no! No! Oh, Ash! Oh! Oh! Ah. Oh my gosh, Ash! Oh! How are you not dead? Oh! That was terrifying! Yeah, you're straining yourself so hard, like you're gonna break all your stitches open. Yeah. A troubling turn of events. Why, if only you'd left me in charge, he says. Uh-huh. Yep, he wants you to give him all the power back. Why didn't you do that already? Too late. Uh-huh. But he's not telling you that. That's it. Oh. He's too dangerous to let live. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Oh. Why are you carrying this man? Yes, why are you? Don't carry him. You're gonna hurt yourself. Give me a break. Yeah. Oh, and they're seeing all this too. Oh. Well. Oh. Wait. Oh no! Oh no! Oh crap! Ah! You old dumbass! This has like not been Ash's day. Oh, buddy. Shoot. Latest security system. You're not out of the woods yet. Where's Dawson? Oh. Oh. Oh, dang it! Yeah. Who asked you? Oh. Were they there? Oh no. Wait. Was there pumpkins there? Oh, I have to go back. The hell I will. But you're not gonna let him die. Ash! 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 What do you mean? He's not a child! We just established last episode that he's no longer... Yeah. Dang it, he's gonna go back to try to save him. Oh. Well, I kind of saved myself, so do not lose your temper. What are we doing? Oh crap! Oh! Ash! So what, did you just tell Dawson to sit there? Oh my god, well this is awkward. Hey! Max is like, hey, we can make this situation work. Oh my god, they make Ash a nurse. Ah! Ah! I mean, Shorter confused him for a girl in the... Oh my god! Ash is gonna hate Max for a million years after this. Because in the Angel Eyes, Shorter confused Ash for a woman too. Because Max Ebay's face. This is sexual harassment. I can't believe that worked. I can't believe that worked. Yeah, no. Irony indeed. Hi. Oh, honey. What? I don't know what I expected for that escape, but... And right. Oh, Max. Oh, Max, I love you. They don't know. I'm glad you had missing to that. Oh, buddy. You're just not cut out for this. You never were. Oh. Oh, and that screen fizzling out. Oh my god, Golzine! Golzine! Oh. And he would know what that feels like from having post-traumatic stress too. On Long Island. Yeah, well, of course. You're worn out, yeah. Gosh, that's hard. You could have at least left Max the coat. Oh, he knows it. And now he's gotta go find AG. Lo, the poor Peacock. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. I've never heard of that one. Lo, the poor Peacock. Talking about pride, probably. Man, Golzine. Golzine just... I razzed on Golzine a bit last episode because I felt like some of my fear of him was taken away. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying I've changed that decision, because I still think Golzine's biggest downfall is just this pride. Lo, the poor Peacock. Golzine has to be the one to kill Ash. So you know what? If me getting to do the job myself means that I have to compromise all of these other people's work, I'll do it. He's like, I'll do it. I'll sacrifice Dawson. Let him take Dawson. It won't matter. I started this project. It's going to be in my control. And so him just sitting back chewing the scenery while all of these other subordinates and all these other guys that thought they were in charge screw everything up and underestimate Ash was brilliant. When the one Baron guy, when he kept being like, he's just a child, it's like, dude, no. So, oh my gosh, man, I realize in this episode I've come to love Max. I really love Max a lot. I gave Max such a hard time at the beginning of this episode, the beginning of this series, because I felt like Max was such a wild card, and I felt like he wasn't, when he was in jail and we were just getting to know Max's character, I felt like he was such a hair trigger person that like would make a rash decision. But no, Max has proven to be such a valuable person in Ash's life, and definitely like a father figure to him, which is just... And that moment there at the end there where Ash was having like a reflexive, like pulled the gun out on him, and Max didn't even bat an eye. Because Max is like, I know what that's like, man. Like, I've been there, know what you're going through. Just knew. Like that, ugh. I love his character. And I love Ash being like, of all things, I have to go back and save them. But now he knows AG's gone. And so he's going to find Sing and AG. And I'm wondering, since AG has told Sing about Shorter, if that's gonna affect things, what's gonna happen. I need them to get back together because this whole episode we didn't know anything with AG, and it's been a while. It's been 3 episodes since Ash and AG have seen each other. So it's like, come on. But man, now that they have Dawson, I mean, that could turn the tides in their favor if they get that information out to the right people. It was so fun this episode to watch Golzine just bask in the incompetence of these other people. He's like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, see if you can hold him back. Yeah, see how that goes for you. I had a whole mansion. That didn't work out. I don't know. It was just so crazy how he got out. That scene in the elevator really scared me because I can't. If you've ever seen the movie A Silent Voice, I love that movie. But man, the scene where he's holding her on the edge, and it's just, I kept thinking Ash was gonna fall off like he does, and I'm like, ah! Like that was just nerve wracking. But yeah, Golzine, what a Deus Ex Machina. What a day. Because honestly, Ash really only escaped because of Golzine. I mean, a lot of it was Ash's own cunning and skill, but Golzine stringing along these other people being like, sure, make bad decisions. Like, there was a lot of things Golzine could have told them about Ash that would have led to their capture, but he's like, no, I want the Lynx to get out of the cage and get back on the streets so I can go hunt him down. It's his biggest weakness. Ash is Golzine's Achilles heel. But at the same time, it's... Ash is Golzine's biggest weakness, but it's also like one of the things that he derives strength from. So it's a very interesting situation. So they're out. We've had our other escape, and now Ash is off to find AG, and Max and eBay are going to take Dawson to George's summer home to hopefully hide him out there until they can break the story about Banana Fish. I really don't want Ash to run into Dragon Moon. Ash needs to sleep. Ash needs to find... My hope next episode is that Ash finds AJ and Sing, and they let him get his obligatory 2 hours of sleep, and then they can go and catch up with each other, and that's my hope. And he says he knows the city like the city's his backyard, so he knows where all the Chinese gangs are and everybody. He knows where AJ could be. So, jeez. This was a good episode. These last 3 episodes have been very strange to me. They felt... and I don't know if it's like just the turning point in the series and us like kind of ramping towards, because episode 18 is going to be the 3/4 mark. So I wonder if it's just the plot turning us in a certain... I feel like the plot's turning us in a certain direction with these last 3 episodes now that Arthur's gone. And I don't know how I feel about it. I'm glad that Ash and AJ are safe temporarily from the antagonists, but I feel like these last couple episodes have been just... We're getting a little deeper into the Banana Fish deal, and it's getting a little bit more high stakes, and we're getting other people involved, and I am curious what Dragon Moon's going to do next, and so I feel like the series is like slowly edging a certain direction different than what it was, and I don't know how to feel about it. So I'm curious to know what you all thought down below of this episode. Ash being the nurse, of course, and I was commenting in the episode, it's kind of like in Angel Eyes, Shorter figures out where he knows Ash from, and it's from the card that his sister sent with the angel on it. And the angel's a woman, and Ash and Shorter's like, man, you'd make a good woman, you know. And Ash is like, shut up. So it only makes sense that they totally play up that in this. I'm like, of course. But in any case, I hope you all enjoyed this reaction. Please feel free to comment down below. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe. Take care. And yeah, I just want Ash and AJ to reconnect in episode 17. It'll be 17 next. In the meantime, I will look up about Lo the Poor Peacock, see what I find out, and then next episode, come back next week and we'll have episode 17 of Banana Fish.